Hello and happy midweek greetings from Radically Rational and radicallyrational.com. You know, periodically we need to restate our mission here at Radically Rational. We are bringing facts back into fashion. We are making simple sanity sexy again. And we are beating crazies of all stripes back into the shadows and crevices and cracks where they belong. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, you were number one in the hit parade. Just when you thought she could not get any more outrageous. The recent quote, she says, if she had been leading the insurrection at the Capitol on Jan 6th, we would have won. That's alarming, folks. I got a couple of questions for you. First of all, who is we? The treasonous insurrectionists? And what does one mean? Succeeded in preventing the peaceful transfer of power? Succeeded in not certifying the vote? Succeeded in causing more violence at the Capitol? Succeeded in hanging Mike Pence? This is unacceptable, folks. We're not going to get back to a normal life and enjoying our lives and being proud of our country until we get rid of crazy. Our problem is crazy. No. Hell no. Just not going to let it happen. That's disgusting. And any true American ought to immediately disavow that and distance themselves from crazies like that. I've been reflecting on the passing of Mike Leach. Coach Leach, I think, had a lesson for all of us, and that is we all have to be ourselves, and we all have to do it our own way, and there's more than one way to get things done. I would have respected any decision the team at Mississippi State made, but I'm very happy that they've decided to play their bowl game in honor of Coach Leach because that's what he would have wanted. Now, sometimes that phrase, this is what he would have wanted, rings hollow and it's a cliche, but in this case, it's true. So go play and go win. And I also thought about this. I think Coach Leach's entertaining quirkiness sometimes overshadowed his football genius. I mean, this was a mad scientist here. And he wrote down so many of these plays and invented so many of these plays on the backs of envelopes and napkins and hamburger wrappers and stuff like that. And it's pure genius. And I will promise you this, you talk about a legacy. In 2022, you cannot see a football game in America at any level without seeing Mike Leach's stamp on that sport. That is a true transcendent figure in the sport. So there was a pirate that sewed together his own flag and then planted it. I got a question for you. Is Incarnate Word becoming the cradle of coaches? Now think about this. Back in 2021, Eric Morris was the coach at UIW. They had a great year. They went 10-3. They went a couple rounds deep in the playoffs. They won the Southland Conference. Then Coach Morris took off to become the offensive coordinator at Washington State. Enter in 2022, G.J. Kinney, and you know what's going on there, man. They're 12-1. They're in the national semifinals. They play this weekend against that vaunted program at North Dakota State, and they may win a national championship before Coach Kinney departs for Texas State. All right, rewind. Now comes news yesterday that Eric Morris, the former UIW coach who then went to Washington State, is now the new head coach at North Texas. Is UIW becoming the new cradle of coaches? Look, let me get this straight. I don't want to have a beer with Cole Beasley. I really don't like Cole Beasley. I really don't respect Cole Beasley. I think the next interesting or accurate or responsible thing that comes flying out of his pie hole will be the first. That said, that is a physically tough SOB. And his coming out of retirement yesterday and rejoining the Bills, that will help the Bills in their quest to get to the Super Bowl. And that will make Josh Allen's life a whole lot easier. Okay, it's kind of true confession time. I wake up with a melody or a song in my head every morning. It's been this way since I can remember. I haven't been awake more than 10 seconds before there's some earworm thing going on in my head. And it's either a song that I've heard over my life in the Rolodex of my brain, or occasionally it's even an original melody, or at least a rhythm riff or something like that. Okay, here's the confession time, and here's where Coach may need your help. BB's standing here, she's unaware of this. This morning's earworm at 3:45 a.m. was the Peter Cetera Amy Grant duet, Next Time I Fall. And I was singing the deeper and more resonant part, meaning Amy's. Coach ain't right. Pray for me. We're radically rational.